Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, whatever time you're watching this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. As you can see, back on a late night drive, as you can see. Okay, tonight I want to talk about listening. I just want to talk about listening. The word of the night is listen. It's great to be a voice of reason, and I love that. I think of myself as a voice of reason. I love to be a voice of reason. I love to talk. I can talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and now you get it. You get the gist. I can talk forever. I can talk about whatever, whenever, however, forever. But that's not what this is about. It's not about me talking. It's not about that. Although I'm still talking, that's not what this is actually about. I'm talking about listening. Sometimes all people need is an ear. That's it. Sometimes the only thing that people feel like is that nobody listens to them. I felt like that the majority of my life. It's like people hear you, but they don't truly listen to you. You know? That's how I felt. I felt like my opinions, for the majority of my life, I felt like my ideas, I felt like my input, my 2 cents, my whatever. I've always personally felt overlooked, undermined and overlooked. And this video is about the people that also feel the same way. They also feel like, man, they're not winning in life. Nobody understands. Nobody gets it. Nobody wants to hear them out. Nobody wants to hear their side of the story. Everybody just wants to gripe to you and tell you about their story and how bad their life is and how their troubles trump whatever troubles that you have. Instead of listening to you, instead of hearing you out and hearing what you gotta say, mouth closed, ears open. So this is to the people that want to listen. This is to the people that are compassionate. This is to the people that care and they love unconditionally. This could be in your relationship. This could be in your friendships. This could be anything. Just listen sometimes. Just listen. You don't always have to talk. You don't always have to respond. You don't always have to give your input. You don't always have to give your idea. You don't always have to give another story that is better than the last story that the person's telling you. Sometimes you just need to hear them out. And I know it sounds like, man, I don't want to hear people. I know there's people out there that like, I don't care what people got to say. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not talking about people that are spewing negativity and just spewing hatred that you would just rather not deal with those people. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that you don't pay much attention to in your life. And you know sometimes when somebody just wants to be heard, when you're arguing, when you're doing whatever, somebody just wants to be heard, you know? And that's I don't know what it is. I don't know why so many people feel like, man, I just have to get out my input. I have to get out my input. No matter what you say, I got to get out whatever it is that I say just to tell you how much worse my problems are than yours. And you know what? For those people, it's selfish. You know, it's selfish to think that whatever you got going on, that nobody else in the world is dealing with problems. Nobody else in the world is dealing with depression, anxiety. Nobody else is dealing with troubles, hardships. But the reality is, nobody's perfect. We're all human, and we all deal with it, no matter how well we put on the mask and cover it up, no matter if we lead with a smile because that's what we've been taught to do, no matter if we're strong. We've always been the backbone of the family. We've always been the backbone of the friend group. We've always been the backbone of the relationship. It's not about that. It's about being heard, feeling seen, feeling like somebody truly cares. And I'm not talking about just listen and don't care. I'm talking about listen with ears of compassion. Listen with ears of understanding. Open your mind a little bit and hear that person out. Hear somebody out. You know, you never know what somebody's going through sometimes. And you never understand how far that you just listening to somebody can go. You just hearing them. You're not talking, not putting your importance in front of theirs, not making your story bigger and better than theirs, not doing whatever. I mean, just listening for a minute. Slow down and listen. Stop rushing everything. Stop thinking that whatever you have to say is more important, or whatever you have to say is better than the next person, or stop thinking that you're better than the next person. Just listen. Sometimes you just doing that, you never know how far that can go for somebody. How much you could keep somebody on this earth another day, another year, another week, another month, by just listening, by just hearing somebody out. I mean, there's so many people that are suffering in silence because they never feel like there's anybody in their life that they can talk to, that they can turn to. And the last thing you want somebody to do is feel like they don't have anybody, or nobody cares enough to hear them out. Some people get trapped in their own mind, you know. A lot of people get trapped in their mind, and then they end up taking themselves out, or they end up, you know, taking somebody else out because they feel like they've never been heard. They feel like nobody really cares. Even whenever you go and listen to a lot of people's admissions for committing murder and things of that nature, a lot of that stems from emotional trauma. A lot of that stems from not feeling like they have anybody, not caring, or the way that they've even been treated in their life. Back to what I said before, you never know what somebody's going through, and you never know how much you could be a blessing to somebody, how much you could motivate somebody by just being positive, just listening, just caring. The world is full of people that already don't care enough. The world is full of people that are heartless. The world's already full of those type of people. There is a type of person for every crowd. There's a person for every single thing that is on this earth. You just gotta ask yourself who you want to be, and you need to try to be a better person, like I do every day. I'm not perfect. I'm never gonna be perfect, but I try, and that's good enough for me. I try, and I care, and I truly care, and I struggle with it. I struggle every day with trying to hear people out. I struggle every day with trying to listen to people's stories. I struggle with it. But the reality of it is, I try. I try to hear them. I try to listen. And I try to care to the best of my ability. Now, if you're just an idiot, like you don't want to be helped, this person can't be helped, there's nothing to say, nothing to do, nothing you can do. Listen, I'm not going to waste my time, my energy, because I protect my energy, and I feel like not everybody deserves me. Not everybody deserves every piece of me, every part of me. But people do deserve my compassion and my love. It just depends on who you're giving it to. But I'm saying, just for regular people, man, try to care just a little bit more if you can. And I know you may be a person that just feels like, man, I'm too cool for school. I got this mentality. I don't need nobody. Nobody needs me. Nobody cares about me. I'll never be anything. So I don't care about anybody else. So I'm going to take my hatred out on the world. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's not going to get you anywhere in life. But just more turmoil, more struggle, more negativity, and more pain on yourself. Love yourself. Love the people around you. Love strangers, man. Love some strangers. Love on some strangers. I'm not telling you to go be the nicest person in the world to everybody. I'm not telling you to go and, just go out your way and do something that ain't you. But I'm saying have an open mind just a little bit. Just care a little bit. Be a little bit more compassionate to people. Right? Stop being so careless and so heartless, and stop moving like you're a robot, because you're a human being. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. They're not perfect. Let's find some common ground with that. Let's understand each other a little bit. Let's work together sometimes. And maybe, just maybe, we can get somewhere that's worth it. So, if you stayed to the end of this video, I appreciate you. You don't even know how much that means to me. Even if it's one person, 2 people, you have no idea what you mean to me. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Because you're the person that I make these videos for. And make sure you stay subscribed. And I'm not going to let you down. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I post. I love you. I'm out.